Hi, I'm back. Today we're going to continue on with the episode 32, which is a continuation of episode 31. We're developing a console application using free Pascal on Linux to access a stock data source on the internet. And where we last left off was I was complaining that I wasn't able to put my functions in alphabetical order in my source code here. And if you look at this, we have function get ticker raw data. That's one of, and before it we have write data. Write data is called by get ticker raw data, and I had to put it here because in this function get ticker raw data, it's called right here. Write data is called right here on this line, right there. Okay, and because Pascal is a one-pass compiler, all right. If you don't have write data already declared here, it can't resolve the parameters that are passed. It doesn't know that it exists yet. So if I want to put write data alphabetical in my function list and write data would have to come after valid date, valid YYMMDD. That function validates the date entry in this program. So it would have to go down here, but right before the main program code, it would have to go in here. So if I do that, if I move this function code, if I grab it and I shift delete, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to plug it where I want it to be. I want it to be in here, right? So if I do a shift insert now, okay, now it's where I want it to be. It's in alphabetical order. It's coming after valid year, month, day. It's where I want it. Now if I go to compile it, okay, that's FPC, Free Pascal Compiler. And I want to compile ep31.pass, and I hit enter. I didn't get an error. That's weird. I did not get an error. Well, what if I execute that program? EP31. Okay, it's working. I'll be darned. Why is that working now? It shouldn't be.
A few moments later.
I didn't save it, that's why. If I save it now, it won't work. It won't compile. It won't compile right now. Yeah, it won't compile now because I didn't. Okay, if I save now, I saved that code. Okay, it says error found declaration right here, and it in other words, it can't resolve it. Identifier not found. Write data. Okay. And it's complaining about at what line? On line, is that line 40? Yeah, right there's write data, there is. Okay, so it's saying episode 31 pass at line 40, column 53, the identifier can't be found, write data. All right, so you see this is the issue. I put my function alphabetically in my source code and now it's not working. Okay, there is a way of resolving this, and it's you have to what you need to do is you need to create a function prototype and put it near the beginning of the program. Now, so what's a function prototype? It's just a declaration that this function will be declared in the program. That's all. So I'm just going to grab this first part of write data, and I'm going to do a, let's see, I want to do a control insert to grab it. Then I'm going to come up here in the code, and before these functions are being defined, I'm going to insert it right here, okay? So we do a shift insert. Okay, now the only thing I have to do is put a reserved word at the end here. The reserved word is called forward. Now this is defined, and if I compile it, it will compile fine. I have to save it. Got to remember to save it. Okay. And now let's compile it again. Two errors. Overloaded functions have the same parameter list. That's
A few moments later.
up here. I put it in here twice. You see what a mess I made? So let's mark all of this. Hit home. This is where my typing skills have gone to pot since the stroke. Okay, I got rid of that. Now the whole idea, now it should work. Write data is where I want it. Yes, it's declared here. It's declared after valid date, or the validation of the date function. It's now down here in alphabetical order, and all right, now it should work. What's it complaining about now? Oh, I didn't save it again. Jeez Louise, Larry. Okay, let's clear this. Ah. Okay. Now let's compile it. Woo! It compiled clean. All right. So now because I added this this is called a function prototype, and because the compiler sees this, it's a one-pass compiler. It sees this on the first pass, so it's coming down through the code. It says, function write data. Okay. It's declared later. The word forward says I'm going to see this later in the source code. But now it has the parameter types and the parameter names all defined, so that when it appears here in this call, it knows all the data. It says, okay, that's fine. I can use it. I understand what all the parameters are going to be in the call. And then when it finally sees the function, it then resolves it. Okay? Boy, that was a mess, wasn't it, getting here? Anyway, that's called a forward reference, and in Pascal, you can declare a forward reference in this manner by giving it the full function definition. Now you cannot change these names. In other words, if I make this SPTR, it's going to throw a fit. Or if I make that, if I made that I member size or something, and then later on I didn't use those exact same names down here, it would have a fit. I guess I could demonstrate that. Let's just change this to I pointer. And we'll save it, and we'll try compiling it over here. It's going to throw an error. Doesn't match forward, right? It says here, function header write data doesn't match forward. Wrong number of parameters for call to PTR. All I gotta do is change that and make it correct again, and it will get rid of that error. All right, so this is how you do a forward reference. And that allows me now to put my functions, the definitions in alphabetical order, okay, before the main program. Okay, well, I think that's enough for today. I'm going to, in the next installment, I'm going to show you how to parse the JSON data that comes back, okay? And just briefly to show that, let's recompile this. So we have a working program. Okay, it's compiled now. Execute the program. I forgot. I forgot how the parameters is supposed to be here. No such file or directory. No, let's do this. No, it's EP. I mistyped it. It's EP31, so we gotta put a P in here. Hit enter. There we go. Oh, okay, it wants the stock symbol and the date in that specific order. The end of day date. All right. So I'll give it a spin. EP31, and I want Apple, and the date will be okay, 2026 dash 01 dash I didn't put the dash in. 23. Okay. I didn't type it in right. Put that. Excuse me. Let's try that. Oh, I put the wrong symbol in. Oh, let's try that again. It's AAPL, I think. I think that's the correct. I didn't put the correct symbol in. Let's try this. That's better. Okay, it came back correctly. Stretch this out a bit here. Okay. These right angle brackets here, beginning and the end, that encloses an array. And the curly braces enclose the element, the first element of the array. If there were more elements, then you would have a comma and another curly brace and another batch of values. So this is returning an array, adjacent, and it's an unnamed array because it never supplied a name. So it's an unnamed array of elements, all right? Each array element contains a date, an open price, a high price, a low price, a close, and an adjusted close price, and a volume. So these curly braces are like enclosing a record, the first record in the array. So we're going to write some we're going to write some code that will allow it to break those values out and supply them to us as floating point numbers. That'll be the next time we get together. All right. So today we learned how to do a forward reference, and I did a terrible job of it. Made a lot of mistakes. I hope you were able to follow along and forgive me for my errors. So if you found this information helpful, or if you just like watching me struggle along writing code, please give me a like. That would be most appreciated. And if you really would like to see more of this content, please take the time just to click subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. So until the next time, have yourself a great day.